Students, in this lecture, we will study human health and diseases part 2. The points are acquired immunity, types of acquired immunity, that is active immunity and passive immunity, and next part is cells of immune system. Acquired immunity. The resistance that an individual acquires during life is known as acquired immunity. It is also known as adaptive or specific immunity. It involves the formation of antibodies in the body which neutralize antigens. Acquired or adaptive immunity has the following unique features. First one is a specificity. Acquired immunity distinguishes a specific foreign molecules. Second is diversity. It recognized vast variety of foreign molecules. Next, discrimination between self and non-self. It is able to recognize and respond to molecules that are foreign or non-self. It will not respond to our own cell or molecules. Next one is memory. After responding to the foreign microbes and elimination, this immune system retains the memory of that encounter, primary immune response. The second encounter with the same microbe evokes a heightened immune response, and that is secondary immune response. Types of acquired immunity. Acquired immunity is of two types, that is active and passive. First we will see about the active immunity. So active immunity is the resistance developed by individuals as a result of an antigenic stimulus. It is also known as adaptive immunity. Active immunity may be neutral, natural or artificial. First is natural acquired active immunity. Immunity acquired due to infection. So this is natural acquired active immunity. It is developed after entry of pathogens in the body. It is long lasting immunity. For example, person who has recovered from the attack of measles, that is gover, develops natural acquired active immunity to the measles for the lifetime. Second, that is the artificial acquired active immunity. So it is a resistance induced by vaccines, that is लसीकरण किंवा लस. Vaccine is introduced into the body to stimulate the formation of antibodies by the immune system. For example, polio vaccine, BCG vaccine, etc. Such immunity may be temporary or permanent. Second part, that is the passive immunity. Passive immunity is acquired when ready-made antibodies are received by the body cells. That is, body cells do not take any active part in the production of immunity. Passive immunity may be natural or artificial. First, natural acquired passive immunity. Before birth, maternal antibodies are transferred from mother to fetus through placenta. And after birth, antibodies are transferred from mother to infants through colostrum, that is the first milk of mother, and continue throughout the period of breastfeeding. The antibodies received by baby from mother remain in the body for a short time. Therefore, natural acquired passive immunity is a short-lived. artificial acquired passive immunity. This immunity is developed by injecting previously prepared antibodies using serum from humans or animals. For example, antibodies obtained from hyperimmunized horses are injected to humans against rabies pathogens. It is a short-lived. Next part, that is the cells of immune system. There are two main types of cells involved in the working of immune system. They are first lymphocytes and B antigen presenting cells. Lymphocytes. Lymphocytes are the main cells of the immune system. They, like other blood corpuscles, arise from the stem cell. The hemocytoblast present in a liver of the fetus and in the bone marrow in adult. Some of them undergo differentiation in the gut associated bursal lymphoid tissue, that is tonsils and Peyer's patches, and are called bursal or B lymphocytes. Others are differentiated in the thymus gland as a T lymphocytes. The mature lymphocytes pass into body fluid. Body fluids are blood and lymph and circulate in the body. Many of them stay in the lymph nodes. The B lymphocytes form humoral or antibody mediated immune system, that is AMIS. T lymphocytes form cell mediated immune system, that is CMIS, that is cell mediated immune system. Both the immune systems need antigen to come into action, but they respond in different ways. Mechanism of response of T lymphocytes to antigen. On coming in contact with an antigen, that is pathogen, a T lymphocyte forms a clone of T cells, that is group, which are similar but they perform different functions. The clone has four types of T lymphocytes. First is helper T cells, as the name suggests, it helps. Sensitized helper T cells produce lymphokines for performing several types of functions like proliferation of other T cells, stimulation of B lymphocytes and macrophages. Second is killer T cells or cytotoxic T cells. They directly attack and destroy invading microbes, infected body cells and cancer cells. Killer T cells bind to infected cells and secrete perforins, form a hole in infected cell. It also releases substances that kill the cell, hence the name cytotoxic T cell or killer T cell. Next, third type, that is the suppressor T cells. These cells suppress entire immune system against attack on the own body cells. And fourth is memory T cells, as the name suggests, memory. So these are previously sensitized cells which retain the sensitization memory for a long time in the future. Mechanism of action of B lymphocytes to antigen. B lymphocytes are sensitized directly by both antigens as well as helper T cells. Activated B lymphocytes multiplies very fast to produce clone of plasma cells and memory B cells. The plasma cells produce specialized glycoproteins called antibodies, which are circulated through body fluid, that is humor like blood and lymph. The antibody molecules may bind to a cell membrane or they remain free. The free antibody have three main functions. First is agglutination, second is opsonization, and third is neutralization. The three free antibodies have three main functions, like first is agglutination. A particulate matter including bacteria and viruses. So agglutination takes place of a particulate matter including bacteria and viruses. The immobilized mass is then engulfed by phagocytes. Second step is opsonization or coating of bacteria to facilitate their subsequent phagocytosis by macrophages. And next step is, that is the neutralization of toxins released by bacteria. For example, tetanus toxin. So this is a mechanism of action of a B lymphocytes to antigens. So with the help of this diagram, we can see three steps. So first is complement recruitment by antibodies. Here, antigen antibody complexes activate the complement system. So these are the complement components. So this is the antibody and this is the bacterial cell. So this is the antigen antibody site where antigen can be trapped. So it forms antigen antibody complex, triggering its antibacterial activity. Opsonization, phagocytic cells grab, where the antibody is bound to the surface of foreign substances for efficient phagocytosis. So this is the phagocytic cell. This is bacterial cell, antibody, they are ready to eat. So this is the phagocytic cell which are ready to eat. And next, that is the neutralization. This is the virus and this is the antibody. This is the antigen antibody site. So here inactivation of viruses is shown. So this is the virus infected cell. Antibodies bind to and inactivate viruses and toxins. These antibodies are called neutralizing antibodies. So here we completed the points regarding acquired immunity. Here we have seen types of acquired immunity. First is active immunity. Here natural and acquired, and passive immunity, again natural and acquired. And next part, that is the cells of immune system, is covered. So in next lecture we will see human health and diseases part 3rd. Thank you.